Topic number 2 is cost estimation. Cost estimation. Cost estimation techniques. So cost estimation techniques, ladies and gentlemen, remember that one of the functions of a management accountant, is to plan. So a management accountant is expected to generate, to produce budgets in good time. Basically, budgets, ladies and gentlemen, budgets are the tools of planning. These are tools of planning. Which involve a lot of what here, somebody? A lot of forecasting. Which is the same as what here? Estimation. A lot of forecasting, a lot of what here? Estimation. You must estimate these things quite well in advance before their date when we shall be meeting them live during in this case here, execution. So a management accountant, ladies and gentlemen, is expected to generate to produce budgets. And we are saying that these budgets are, or rather they're supposed to produce budgets in good time. Sorry for that. In good time. And we are saying that budgets are tools of what here? Planning, which involve a lot of forecasting, stroke what here? Making estimates, stroke estimating, coming up with the estimations. So how is the future going to be looking like? That is what we call forecasting. Ladies and gentlemen, for us at this level, we are supposed to look at the techniques here. And the first technique that I would want to bring to your attention, technique number 1, is what we call the high-low. Method. The high-low method. Technique number 1 is what we call the high-low method. Technique number 1 is what we call the high-low method. High-low method. So have we written up to there, ladies and gentlemen? Have we taken our notes up to there? If we have done that, please say yes. You simply say Y for yes. So the methods include, thank you very much. We should have written up here, the methods include, number 1, high-low method. So this high-low method, ladies and gentlemen, is a method that is used. It is used to generate functions of the form, y equals a plus bx, functions of the form, y equals a plus bx, functions of the form, y equals a plus bx, full stop. It uses 2 points only. It uses 2 points only. It makes use of 2 points only. Number 1, we have the highest. X value. We have the highest X value point. And then number 2, we have the lowest X value point. So number 1, we have the highest X value point. And then number 2, we have the lowest X value point. The highest X value point and the lowest X value point. Very important for us to make note of this, that a high-low method makes use of how many points here to come up with this straight line function? It makes use of 2 points only. And these 2 points are which ones? Number 1, we have the highest X value point. And then number 2, we have the lowest X value point. So again, I would want to draw your attention to this, that whenever we are looking out for the points to be applied here, we are using X column. We are picking the X values. So highest X value point and the lowest X value point. So if you allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to extend this further, I will go ahead and give you a question. I will go ahead and give you a question. I'll go ahead and give you a question. And the question is here. Question number 1, they have given us here X, Y. So we have here, for instance, 10, 20, 22. We have here, for example, 6. So we have, ladies and gentlemen, for example, 12. For example, 18. Not 18, but maybe 25, 25. We have here, for example, 30. And this is 8 like that. So if you're given this kind of a question, and then we are required here to determine the high-low equation, high-low equation, high-low equation, high-low equation. What shall you do to be able to get the high-low equation, the solution? What shall we do for us to be able to get the high-low equation, the high-low equation? High-low equation, high-low equation. Are we together here? Have we written up to here? Have we written this particular illustration? Have we written the illustration? Yes or not yet? Yes or no? Y for yes, N for no. Yes, thank you very much. So no, I can't move on with a suggestion of only one student. I want us to move as a class. I want to see many yeses before I proceed. Otherwise, I'll leave most of you behind, which is not my intention, which is not my intention at all. My intention is that we work together as a team, as a team. If you're not able to see my board very well, you tell me, Mwalimu, your board today is giving us very small figures. I'll know where to adjust. I'll know where to adjust. So 10, 20, 22, 6. 22, 6, 22, 6, 22, 6, 22, 6, Paul there. 22, 6. I think that is now much better. Is it your eyesight? I was also seeing the figures to be very small. Great. So, ladies and gentlemen, then if this is the case, then what do I need to do in my solution? This is what I need to do immediately in my solution. I know high-low equation method is used to develop equations of the form y equals a plus who? Y equals a plus bx. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a straight line equation. This is a straight line equation. If it is a straight line equation, could you kindly advise me? How many points do we need for us to be able to define a straight line? How many points do we need for us to be able to define a straight line? Is it 1, 2, or 3 points, or 4? How many points do we need for us to be able to define a straight line that has got a gradient and an intercept? How many points? How many points, if you can remember your QA last semester? How many points? How many points? How many points? 2 points. Thank you very much, Daniel. Thank you very much, Usibori. 2 points. Thank you very much. So, and the 2 points are here. We have the high and the low point. So the high point hapa sana ni gani? Unakumbuka unachagua highest x value. Highest x value hapa ni 22. And then lowest x value is 6. But remember, you'd want to pick them like what here, like points. So in that regard, ladies and gentlemen, what you'll do, utakuja hapo pick hiyo as a point, x. And so I'll not even bother to know whether y on the other side is the highest. I wouldn't bother that. What I want, ladies and gentlemen, is to pick the highest x value and the lowest x value. Highest x value and lowest x value. So the highest x value is here. This is the highest x value. So ukiangalia vizuri katika highest x value, this is y, this is x. So I would want to pick this highest x value point to be able to form the first equation. To be able to form the first equation, could you kindly try forming the first equation for me? Kindly try forming the first equation for me. Who can try forming the first equation for us? Remember, to form the first equation, you're picking this point, a highest value point, the highest value point, and then you plug it in here. You plug it in there. You plug it in there. What do we have? Somebody. What do we have? Somebody. What do we have? Somebody there. What do we have? Somebody. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? So this highest X value point, this is my highest, and this is my lowest. So the highest, I can see for the highest Y is 30. So this will be 30 equals A. I do not know what A is. I don't know what A is, but I know what X is. X is 22. So then this will be B times 22. So go to the second equation, ladies and gentlemen, and plug in the lowest X value point here. So the lowest X value point, I can see the Y. The Y is 8. 8 equals A plus B. And of course, at the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, we do not know. We do not know what values of A and B are in a straight line equation. So A plus B times X, fortunately, we know that X is 6. So if I rearrange this nicely mathematically, I'll end up having 30 equals A. There's no way a number can come after a letter. This being mathematics, a number must be in front of a letter. So A plus 22, boy. This is equation number 1. Equation number 2, what do we have? We have 8 equals A plus 6, boy. After that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sure that you're quite cognizant of what should happen next. I'm so sure, ladies and gentlemen, that you know we are going to solve for A and B simultaneously. We are going to solve for A and B simultaneously, of course, through elimination. And here, it will be very easy for us to eliminate A, because I can see the coefficients of A are the same. So please go ahead and eliminate A. Go ahead and eliminate A through subtraction. So if we subtract, ladies and gentlemen, here, what are we going to get at the end of the day? What are we going to get at the end of the day? So 30 minus 8 gives me what figure, somebody? 30 minus 8 gives me what figure? 30 minus 8 gives me what figure? 30 minus 8 gives me what figure? 22. Thank you very much, Catherine. Equals A minus A disappears. And really, that was our objective, to eliminate A for us to be able to get B. How about 22 minus 6? 22 minus 6, 16, boy. 16, boy. We don't want 16 boys. We only want one boy. We only want one boy. We only want one boy. So the one boy here who will be B will be 22 over 16. So 22 over 16 gives me what figure, somebody? What is 22 over 16? What is 22 over 16? So Daniel gives me a figure of 1.375. 1.375. Karaoke also has confirmed. Karaoke has also confirmed. Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, having gotten this one boy, how will we be able to get our A? How will we be able to get our A? How will we be able to get our A? What shall we do for us to be able to get A? Somebody, I would want to see everybody really participating. Everybody in this case here, diving into the pool. Everybody diving into the pool. Everybody diving into the pool. Everybody diving into the pool. Everyone is diving into the pool. Everyone is diving into the pool. So for us to be able to substitute, thank you very much. Substitute, yes. So we'll come and ask ourselves a simple question. From equation number 1, what is the value of A? From equation number 1, what is the value of A? Then this one here will be 30 equals A plus 22B. So then 30 will be equal to A plus 22, boy, of which I happen to be having the value of boy. So the value of boy here, I'm being given a figure of 1.375. Meaning, ladies and gentlemen, that our 30 will be equal to A plus, could you kindly give me this? What is 22 times 1.375? What is 22 times 1.375? Can somebody give us this figure? 22 times 1.375. What figure do we have there? So according to Hillary, this is 30.25. Thank you very much. Therefore, our A will be 30 minus 30.25, which will end up giving us what figure, somebody here? Minus 0.25. Thank you very much. Thank you, Faith. Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, having gotten the values of A and B, is that everything? It can never be the case. Why? Because remember that this examiner had asked us to come up with a function. The examiner wanted us to come up with a function that connects y and x. So what we've done is to get the matrix, is to get the gradient, is to get the y-intercept. So the next thing that I need to do is to come here, ladies and gentlemen, in my solution here, not solution, but lastly, in this case here, in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, we are saying that our y should be equal to a plus bx. Therefore, our y will be equal to a, which is minus 0.25, plus b, which is what here, somebody? 1.375, x like that. Yes, very, very important. So of course, these are a figure, rather these figures, I got them off straight from my head. That's why we're getting a negative. Otherwise, in terms of cost estimations, this one here A is supposed to be your fixed cost, which of course can never be negative. It's supposed to be a fixed cost. This one here is a variable cost per unit. A variable cost per who? Per unit. A variable cost per unit. A variable cost per unit. So I only got the figures from the head. That's why you're getting a negative fixed cost, but it's going into records that my students have been able to understand that this A that does not relate to the X, the A which is just alone, is a fixed cost item, is a fixed cost item. And then B, of course, is variable cost per unit. Question number 2 now is yours. Question number 2 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 for you to try. Question number 2 for you to try. We are given here question number 2, XYE. So XYE, we are given, ladies and gentlemen, here. We have 11, we have 15, we have 18, we have 19, we have 11, and then we have 19. So we have here 6, 8, 13. We have, ladies and gentlemen, here, or rather 14. We have here 5. Here we have 21, like that. 21, like that. And then you are required to do something very easy. You are required here to develop the high-low equation. 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 Let me give you 1 minute, and then you try developing that equation for me. You try developing that equation for me. That silence is too loud. That silence is too loud. So, ladies and gentlemen, develop the high-low high. Sasa high hapa ni gani? Oye. High hapa ni gani? Ninapoenda kutupa macho kwa high, yeah, X, I realize there are two of them. So there are two of them. What do? We'll have to pick the highest of the highest. So this is 19 with 14. Now this other one will be 19 with 21. So then 1921 will be the highest of the highest. So this 1921 prevails. Iko mwanafunzi alimake argument kama hiyo kweli? Iko mwanafunzi alimake argument kama hiyo kweli ama hakuna? Yes. Catherine says yes. Even Faith says yes. The same case here with lowest. So lowest iko mbili. I can see lowest hapa ni gani? 11. We have an 11 with a 6, and then we have 11 with a 5. So this one here, should we pick 11 with a 6 or 11 with a 5? Which one do you think is the better one to pick? Which one is the better one to pick? 11 with a 6 or 11 with a 5? Catherine, hapana, kumbuka hapa ni lowest. So kama ni lowest, inakuwa lowest of the lowest. Inakuwa lowest of the lowest T. Lowest of the lowest T. So it should be 11 with what here? A 5. 11 with a 5, thank you very much. 11 with a 5, like that. Now, having, ladies and gentlemen, discovered that, I know the next thing should be to develop the equations. So we have here y equals a plus bx. Y equals a plus bx. So in this case here, using the high, could you kindly give me the first equation now? We normally start with the high. Give me the first equation. Give me the first equation. Give me the first equation using the high. Using the high, how will the first equation look like? Somebody. And you guys are great students. You're nice students. Very nice students. Very nice students I have this semester. So Catherine amesema ati itakuwa the equation here, the high equation y ni 21 equals a plus b times what here? X which is 19. So Catherine akasema baada ya kuandika b times 19, mwalimu so useme tu a plus 19b. Call this one equation number 1. Call that equation number 1. Now from there we go to equation number 2. So equation number 2, what do we have? Equation number 2, y. Equation number 2, y, for the low now. For the low now, y is 5. Y is 5 equals a plus bx, and x is 11. So that means it is 11 what here? 11b, like that. Thank you very much, Alice. After that, it now basically forces us to go and eliminate a. Go and eliminate a. So 21 minus 5, what figure are we getting? 21 minus 5, what figure are we getting? 21 minus 5, 16. Thank you very much. So this is 16. This disappears. 19 minus 11 gives me what here? 8 boy. That gives me 8 boy. If I'm not wrong. Meaning, ladies and gentlemen, then 1 boy will be equal to 16 over 8, which will be equal to what here, somebody? Which will be equal to 2. B equals 2. B equals 2. B equals 2. After we get B, ladies and gentlemen, we know that the next thing will be for us to come and ascertain A. We ascertain A. So from any of the two equations, from equation number 1, what will the value of A be equal to? So A will be equal to what? From equation number 1. So from equation number 1, we have 21 equals A plus 19 boy. So 21 will be equal to A plus 19 boy, which is what here, which is 2. So 21 will be equal to A plus 38. So that means A will be equal to 21 minus 38, implying at the end of the day that A will be equal to what, somebody here? A itakuja ikuwe ngapi? A itakuja ikuwe ngapi? Patapotea. A itakuja ikuwe ngapi? Patapotea. Akiutaka kunipatia answer sasa kwa nini nishapata kitambo. So Kariuki anasema 17, but I believe it's supposed to be minus 17 if I'm not wrong. Minus 17. Minus 17. How about the other students? Minus 17. Thank you very much. But please always go for the 1 mark. Go for the 1 mark like what Daniel is giving us there. Go for the 1 mark of writing our final equation, which the examiner needed. You say therefore our y shall be equal to minus 17 plus b, 2x like that. Una double underline, and then you double underline, and then you double underline, then you double underline, you double underline like that. You double underline like that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, also remember, we have been able to get, to understand this concept of what here, high-low method nicely. It's not a hard thing, very easy thing. Very easy thing. From there, ladies and gentlemen, we go to the next method known as an account analysis method. So we are told here account analysis method. Account analysis method. Account analysis method. Ladies and gentlemen, this is used to develop equations of the form cost equals Vx plus F. Pretty similar to the other equation, where C stands for total cost, C stands for total cost, C stands for total cost. We have a V is variable cost per unit, variable cost per unit. We have X, which is volume or quantity produced, Then you have got F, which is the total fixed cost. So the other thing you're supposed to know is that under account analysis method, under account analysis method, under account analysis method, we investigate each cost item, breaking them down into variable stroke fixed cost components, stroke fixed cost components, like that, stroke fixed cost components. So under account analysis, what are we doing? We are analyzing these expenses deeper. Under account analysis method, we investigate each cost item, breaking them down into variable stroke fixed cost components. Great. So have we been able to write up to here? Have we been able to write up to here? Have we been able to write up to here? Or is there anything that is not visible? Thank you very much. Faith has been able to confirm. Atamaris and confirm. Pierre, thank you very much. So exercise. Consider the following information. Consider the following information. The output was 1,000 units. We have the costs. Output 1,000 units. And then we have the cost, of which we shall begin with material cost. Material cost in card, we have here shillings 10,000. And then we are told in the brackets here, all variable. And then we have, ladies and gentlemen, the fixed cost. So not fixed cost, but labor. We are given here labor cost, labor cost. Labor cost, we have 50,000. Again, all variable. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have rent. We have 30,000. And then we have depreciation. 40,000. And then we are told here 60% is fixed. 60% is fixed. Depreciation, 60% is fixed. So we are required to do something very simple here. We are required to use, so using accounts or account analysis method, determine the cost of producing 1,500 units, of producing 1,500 units. Using account analysis method, determine the cost of producing 1,500 units. 1,500 units. 1,500 units. You guys, are you able to see my board clearly? 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 Yeah. So perhaps, Daniel, it is your internet. Okay. So the cost of producing 1,500 units. So this is quite an easy. This is quite an easy thing. Solution. This is quite an easy thing. This is quite an easy thing. Very easy thing. What am I supposed to do here? I'll come and do a cost analysis. I will come here and do a cost analysis. I have my cost items. I'll have my materials written very well here. So then I'll have a column here for variable, no, total first. So we start with the total. We have variable. We have fixed. Okay, so we start with material cost. So material cost, what do we have? A total of 10,000 shillings. From there, we have labor cost. So labor cost, we have 50,000 total. 50,000 total. From there, we have rent. So rent, what do we have here? A total figure of 30,000. Total figure of 30,000. And then we have depreciation. Depreciation, 40,000. Thank you very much. Depreciation, 40,000. Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, then we will come and classify this amount into the two columns. Like material cost, what have they told us? They have just told us here that material cost, all of it is variable. So there is nothing of material that is fixed. All the material cost is variable. How about labor cost? All of the labor cost is variable. So labor cost, again, variable. 50,000, there is nothing of labor that is fixed. From there, we have rent. Of course, there is no narration because they expect you as an accountant who is worth their salt to know that always, not unless you're told otherwise, rent is always what here? Rent is always fixed, always. So rent, ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing of rent which varies. Remember, normally rent can never be pegged on units. Can never be pegged on the unit you produce. So for example, this particular classroom, I normally expect to work with 100 students, right? Even if I get 1 student, even if I get 2 students, even if I get 100 students, Zoom cost, which is the rent they charge us for using their platform per month, is constant. So in this case here, rent, what do we have? Rent, we have 30,000, which is fixed. Thank you very much. From there, ladies and gentlemen, we have depreciation. What have they told us about depreciation? That 60% is fixed. So what is 60% of 40,000? Can somebody help me? What is 60%? 0.6 of 40,000. 0.6 of 40,000 will give us what figure? This will give us 24,000. Thank you very much. 24,000. Thank you very much. So that means that if 60% is fixed, 40% is variable. 40% is variable, or rather the balancing figure here. You can also work it out as a balancing figure. So what is this variable depreciation? Variable depreciation, I'm being told, is 16,000. So then, gentlemen, if that is the case, please come and give me the totals here. Give me the total. We start with total variable cost. Give me the total variable cost. Give me the total fixed cost. Give me the total variable cost and the total fixed cost. So the total fixed cost I'm being told is 54,000, right? How about the total variable cost? I'm being told by Faith is 76,000. I'm being told by Faith it is 76,000. It is 76,000. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So you have the total variable and the total fixed. We have the total variable and the total fixed. Now, once I get that, ladies and gentlemen, the very first what I'm supposed to remember, ladies and gentlemen, is this fact that account analysis method is supposed to generate equations of this form. C is supposed to be equal to Vx plus who? Plus F. I do not have a problem whatsoever with fixed cost. I know that the fixed costs here are 54,000. They are 54,000. However, V, you have to be very careful with V, because V is variable cost per who? Per unit. V is variable cost per unit. So whatever total variable cost you have here, you must divide this by the quantity produced. I must divide that by the quantity produced. So meaning, ladies and gentlemen, that my V will be 76,000 divided by what, if you're following? 76,000 divided by what quantity? Divided by what quantity? It will be 76,000 divided by what quantity? I'm being told here 1,000. So I'm being told here 1,000. So then this will end up giving us 76. 76, because remember, this information that we have here was used to produce 1,000. Was used to produce 1,000. So then, gentlemen, if that is the case, then my C will be equal to what here? Then my C will be V plus fixed cost of 54,000. Fixed cost of 54,000. So now we have a cost. Now we have a cost equation. With this cost equation, we can very easily use it to do a prediction. So then I'll come and ask myself this simple question. I'll come and ask myself this simple question. What will be the value of A, or rather, what will be the total cost? What will be the total cost when X is 1,500? So when X is 1,500, what will be the total cost? So my total cost will be 76 times 1,500 plus 54,000. So could you kindly give me an answer there? Could you kindly give me an answer there? Kindly give me an answer. Kindly give me an answer. What do we have? Somebody there? What do we have? Somebody there? So that is what we call cost estimation. The moment we have an equation, we can easily use the equation to flex. When we change X, automatically be able to get the Y or the total cost. So can somebody give me this figure? Somebody give me the figure. So Faith tells me it is 168,000. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So then, gentlemen, we'll take a short break of about 7 minutes, and then when we come back, we shall go straight away to regression analysis. We shall go straight away to regression analysis. Regression analysis. So regression analysis, sorry for that. Regression analysis is used to develop equations of the form y equals a plus bx. Where a, if you remember, where a is supposed to be the y-intercept. A is supposed to be the y-intercept. A is supposed to be the y-intercept. We have b, which is what here, the gradient. And if you remember very well, regression gives us the methodology for ascertaining the values of the gradient and the intercept. And regression normally starts by giving us the value of the gradient. And if you recall, our b will be equal to n summations of x to y minus summation of x, summation of y, all over n summations of x squared minus bracket here, sum of x done what here, squared like that. This is the value of formula for getting boy. The 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 formula for getting boy. N summations of xy minus sum of x, sum of y, all over n summations of x squared minus open brackets summation of x squared like that. And then of course, straight away, the value for getting, the formula for getting a. How do we get a? A will be summations of y minus b summations of x, everything to be divided by n. Everything to be divided by n. Right? So then I would want to define what these parameters are by us looking at some example. Question number 1. What if you have here x, y? You have here 3, 8, 11. You have here 4, 9, and maybe 13. And then somebody wants you to define a regression equation out of this data. Somebody wants you to get a regression equation out of this data. Out of this data, they want us to give them a regression equation. So if you want us to give you a regression equation out of such data, what I'll do, I must come and introduce some 2 new columns. I must introduce some 2 new columns. Which new columns here will be aiding this process of regression? So I'll need to come here and get column xy and the column x squared, like that. Column xy and the column x squared. So I need this column and I need this column. So xy means that I'm multiplying the 2 columns. So 3 times 4 gives me 12. How about 8 times 9? 8 times 9 gives me 72. 72. How about 11 times 13? 11 times 13 will be giving me what figure, somebody? 11 times 13 will be giving me what figure, somebody? 11 times 13 will be giving me what figure, somebody? 11 times 13. 11 times 13 will be giving me what figure? 143. 143. Thank you very much. So we now swing to the last column, which is the column of squaring x. X times x. X times x. So squaring x. So we have 3 squared. So 3 squared gives us 9. Then we have 8 squared. 8 squared gives us 64. Then we have lastly 11 squared. 11 squared will be giving us 121. 11 squared will be giving us 121. 121. Ladies and gentlemen, if that is the case, could you kindly come here and give us the summations? Remember, regression is a sigma model. Regression is all about summations. Regression is all about summations. So sum of x, can somebody talk to me here? Sum of x, what do we have here? Sum of x. Sum of x, so 3 plus 8 plus 11 gives us what here? 22. Thank you very much. 22, thank you very much. Sum of y. So please sum that for me. Sum of y. Tell me, what do I have? Summation of y. What do I have? Summation of y. What do I have? Summation of y. So I'm told here 26. I'm told there it is 26. How about summation of xy? How about summation of xy? How about summation of xy? Summation of xy, somebody, I hope you guys are adding up this plus this plus this. Give me a figure. According to Alice, this is supposed to be 227. How about summation of x squared? Summation of x squared, according to Damaris and Catherine, we are supposed to be getting 194. 194. Thank you very much. 100. Summation of x squared. If I could just write this here, I'm supposed to be talking of 194. Now, ladies and gentlemen, having gotten the 4 sigmas, having gotten the 4 summations, I would want us to come and plug them in here. We plug them in here. So can somebody, first of all, start by giving me the value of n? Is there anybody who is able to see the value of n? Is there anybody who is able to see the value of n? Is there anybody who is able to see the value of n? So n equals 3, because we're counting the number of points, 1, 2, 3. Number of points are 3. N equals 3. N equals 3. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if that is the case, then come and plug in. Now we have got everything that we need to be able to get the value of b. So b will be equal to n summations xy. So we have here 3 times summations of xy. Is there anybody who is able to see the sum of xy? Sum of xy is here, 227. Sum of xy is 227. Minus, this is quite an easy one. Summation of x times summation of y. Sum of x is here, 22 times sum of y, which is 26. All over, slowly here, n, ladies and gentlemen, n, a replica 3 times sigma x squared. Here, I've always seen students who get it wrong. Why? Because they'll come and take this 22 squared. Sigma x squared, already you have it somewhere here. You took individual values of x, you squared them, and then you added them up. So this one here gives us 194. 194. 194. Minus, into brackets, what do we have? Sigma x. Sigma x is here, which is 22 squared. So now here you have got to be quite easy and accurate in terms of how you get your numerator and denominator values. So please go ahead and give me the numerator value. 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 Numerator, I do 3 times 227 minus 22 times 26. What figure are we getting there? What figure are we getting here? What figure are we getting here? What figure are we getting here? B equals, so the numerator will be 3 times 227 minus 22 times 26, 109. Thank you very much. 109, thank you very much. All over 3 times 194 minus 22 squared. How about denominator? 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 So I'm being given a figure of 98. So somebody talk to us. What is 109 divided by 98? 2 decimal places. 109 divided by 98 will be giving us what figure? 109 divided by 98 will be giving us what figure? Somebody's giving me a figure of 1.11111. Thank you very much. That is okay, correct. So after that, now I will straight away endeavor to get the value of A. For the sake of putting these figures in my memory, what I normally do with these formulas, I'll always keep on reciting them. I recite them. I know the formula is there, but again, I would want to rewrite these formulas as a student myself so that I can have it being part and parcel of me. So A will be summation of y minus B summation of x, everything to be divided by n. Everything to be divided by n. So in this particular case, do we have summations of y? Oh, yes, we do. It is 26. 26 minus b, which is 1.11, times summations of x. Summations of x is 22. All over n, which happens to be equal to what here? 3. N is 3. N is 3. N is 3. So then, ladies and gentlemen, could you kindly first of all start by giving me the numerator? Start by giving me the numerator. 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 Tell me what is the numerator. Tell me what is the numerator. So my A here will be equal to 26 minus 1.11 times 22, which gives me 1.55, 1.58. 1.58 divided by 3. 1.58 divided by 3. So first of all, ensure that you always work out the numerator. Always. After you get the numerator, now you divide. So according to the Maris, we're getting 0.57. Thank you and thank you very much. So once I have the values of A and B, don't forget the free mark. The free mark, ladies and gentlemen, you're supposed to come and give us here our equation, which is y equals A plus BX. So our y, ladies and gentlemen, will be equal to A that is 0.57 plus B, which is 1.11 x, like that. So somebody is telling me that A is supposed to be 0.53. Thank you. 0.53. That A is supposed to be 0.53. Thank you and thank you very much. So once you are there, then right away you are at home. Right away, where are you? You are at home. Right away, we'll say that you are at home. November 2017, November 2017, November 2017, question number 2, boy. 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 Question number 2, boy. Actros Limited. Are we there? Actros Limited. Are we there? Actros Limited. Actros Limited. So in the requirement, I hope you have this paper. In the requirement, they want us to estimate the fixed and variable elements of fuel expense from the above data using the following methods: high-low method, and then number 2, least squares regression method. Least squares regression method. Remember, regression method is also known as the method of ordinary least squares. Very important. We're saying that regression is also known as the ordinary least squares. Ordinary least squares method. Least squares method. Very important for you to appreciate that. Ordinary least squares method. Ordinary least squares method. Okay, so most of them do not have this paper. What I would recommend